After the ball is over, after this game is done, after the die lot's finished, and you are short just one, many a knitter has made a tearful and desperate call, pleading with their local yarn shop, go after that ball.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode 341. Today is Saturday, January 26, 2019, as we are recording. I am Marlecia, also known as Lady Fernico.
And I'm Talia, also known as Franciscan Gypsy.
I want to welcome all new and returning viewers for the Fun in the Woman Cave. If you are new, we're glad to have you with us, and we hope you find something that will entice you back to, to come back and see us again. If you are returning, we're always glad to see you back. If you are in the shadows, whether you're new or returning, please do feel free to press the subscribe button on your right and join the Ravelry group, because that's where all the alongs and giveaways and camaraderie and all that stuff happen, although there is some on YouTube now as well. Mm-hmm. But all the giveaways and stuff are on Ravelry, and that's Pen, Hook, and Needles on Ravelry. I am Marlecia, also known as Lady Fernico.
And I'm Talia, also known as Franciscan Gypsy.
Okay. We want to welcome, we have two new members. We have Gardenia Princess, who is Linda. Welcome, Linda. And we have Ms. Pogo, who is Marie. Welcome, Marie. We're glad to have you both with us. We hope that you will enjoy being with this group. It's a lot of fun. Okay, what do you have? Well, how many?
I have 5.
So do I. Do you have a finished object?
Yeah.
Guess who goes first?
You?
No.
I'm always more interesting.
It's a matter of opinion. Dubious opinion, since it's your opinion.
It's everyone's opinion. So, in my mug, because I'm a generous soul who agrees to go first even though I don't have to.
Oh, yes, you do. It was the rule. And you put the rules in place.
No.
Just show the tea, you oboe head.
This is what my head looks like.
My daughter's head looks like.
And in that mug... Oh, someone was asking about...
Yes, I think it was Kathy, I think.
Turn it so it's facing. I just found them on Amazon. These little toppers.
What did they call?
I don't even know what I searched for it under. It's probably like mug covers.
Yeah, mug toppers, mug covers, something like that.
Probably mug covers, knowing me.
I don't know what they are. I think yours is a cat. I think they're like
they're
Pokemon
all kitty.
or something.
They're all kitties.
Are they all kitties?
I think they're all kitties.
I have to go look at my other
just
one.
random weird kitties.
Yeah.
I have one I keep at work, 2 I keep at home.
And I've got 2 of them here.
Mm-hmm. For some reason it hadn't... I guess it isn't even No, odd. It's not number.
I think I only have 2. I think more. I have one up there.
I think you do only have
package.
2. I don't know why it only came with 5. That's kind of weird.
One for each day of the week. I don't know.
In my mug is Plum Deluxe tea, and I grabbed the first one I pulled out, and it's one of my favorites, so I stuck with it because I'm kind of having an off day right now. This is chocolate hazelnut dessert tea. This perfect flavor combo makes a rich, delightful cuppa. And it's honeybush tea, cocoa nibs, hazelnut pieces, hazelnut essence, love and gratitude, no caffeine. And this is one of my favorites. Has been for a long time.
Me too. Me too.
So let me stir it and take a sip.
Oops.
It's funny.
Yes.
Did you call me it again?
I don't know. I don't care. I got bed late last night. I'm tired.
There you
This
go.
is one of my favorites as well, so. And you always put more sugar in than I do. Yep, very good. Boy, you can taste the hazelnut on that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is what my daughter's head looks like. And the little blue kitty cat. This is Plum Deluxe Tea, Brunch in Paris Black Tea, which is another one of my favorites. This is black tea, honeybush tea, cocoa nibs, orange pieces, orange essence, has caffeine. The common denominator in this is that we have cocoa nibs.
Apparently feel like chocolate.
Chocolate, yes.
Although I feel like the chocolate from our biscotti is still overwhelming the taste of anything.
That's good. Here. I don't put quite as much sugar in as you do, so it's going to be a little bit different for you. I'm trying to cut back a little on the sugar without getting rid of it.
It's got a nice smell. Is there lavender in there, did you say?
I don't think so. I think it's hibiscus. Let me see. Honeybush tea. Black tea, honeybush tea.
I think it's the orange maybe I'm smelling.
Could be. There's a lot of orange stuff in there, so maybe.
That's good.
Thank you. Okay. All right. So, do you have anything to say before we move on?
Nope, I never have anything to say. This is the part where I don't listen to you and you pontificate about all the longs going on.
I don't pontificate about anything. I inform. This is a PSA, a public service announcement. Okay. Upcoming in other groups. All right. In the Crocheting Hoovian podcast group, that's Laura Concert, Crocheting Hoovian, is the Creature Feature Cal, which she is co-hosting with Dogfire Woman, who is of the Diary of a Physicist Farm Gal podcast. I have to read that, otherwise I get really tongue-tied. So it's a toy along essentially, but it centers around creatures, and it's divided into quarters, and you can see what those divisions are in their groups. And I think this time it is sea creatures, under the sea. And let me make a quick announcement above this here before I forget. Anything that we mention, we love the podcast for the most part, and we recommend you take a look if you're looking at things that you want to add to your viewing list, okay? Or to places that you want to take part in alongs and things like that if they're not a podcast group, okay? So this is a really fun one. I haven't yet participated. I need to finish my biddy for this and my my little Terra. So hopefully I'll be able to do that pretty soon. So that's one, and going on into the same group, the Diary of a Physicist Farm Gal podcast group, that's Deborah, who is Dogfire Woman, I think is her name. Dogfire Woman. She has the 2019 Kit or Get Her Done, which is doing the kits that you have sitting on your shelves that you bought and they're just sitting there, whether they're partially finished or not. Okay? I like big shawls, and I cannot lie. And she's co-hosting that with someone, but I don't remember who it is. And they have to be shawls that state in the pattern that I think it's 1,200 yards or less or more. It has to be knitted and 1,200 yards or more, and it has to be stated in the pattern that it's that much yardage. You can't
just case thing won't count. The yardage is appropriate, but it's a Rana versus a shawl.
Ask Deborah. Because I think a Rana's a shawl.
I kind of feel like it's just a ginormous shawl.
But ask her. She'll tell you one way or the other. Deborah will tell you one way or the other. So if you have questions, ask Deborah about it, okay, if it's a shawl or not. Because a stole is a shawl. You know.
You stole a shawl?
Yeah, I stole a shawl. Okay, so that's... then she has the Farmer's Almanac Make-Along. And the rules are in her group for that as well. And that's kind of pretty neat because it's unique. I've never seen anybody do anything like this. It's based on what it says in the Farmer's Almanac for the month that you are currently in. So they're doing January right now. Like, I think Deborah's doing something with yarn that's based on, I can't remember his name because I'm not a scientist. I think it's Stephen Hawkins, who was some kind of scientist, I think. Deborah's probably rolling her eyes at me. She's probably laughing at me because I don't know. But he was a very important or influential scientist, I believe. And she's got yarn that has to deal with that. So that's going to fit in the Farmer's Almanac, 'cause I think either his birthday or something was in January. Somebody else was doing, I think it was raccoons. A raccoon for mating season starts in January for raccoons or something like that. Anyway, you get the idea. I'm messing it up, but you get the idea. It's based on whatever the Farmer's Almanac that she puts on their thread, what the Farmer's Almanac says for that month. And then, of course, the Creature Feature she has. And then she has Never have I ever. That's one I always forget to put back in here. And that's, you're learning a new skill. You just anything new. I'm assuming it can be. She's not even just limiting it to fiber. So if you're doing like, they had that. I think it's Never Cast Off podcast where Sheila, who's Blue Yarn Always, does some kind of sparkly pictures where they put like little sparkly pieces of glass or something on a picture. I don't know what it's called, but all kinds of stuff that you can do. If it's new to you, I want to do magic looping and I want to learn to do DPNs. If I do anything else new, I will put it in there because that sounds like a good way to motivate myself to get out of my comfort zone a little bit and try something. I would say drawing, but nobody wants to be subjected to my drawing. It's horrible.
And it's not new to you. You have attempted before.
Yes, but I've never really sat down and took like something to make myself progress. I just kind of doodled. What else? Jessica from Army Wife Knit Life, and I'm sorry, Jessica, I don't know if that's your podcast as well. I did watch it the other day. I just can't remember. I get it mixed up between your Instagram name and your podcast and your Rav name. She has the Golden Girls Cal, and she's really broad with that. I mean, almost to the point where if you're using a golden yarn, you can have it linked to the Golden Girls. I was not a real big Golden Girl fan, but I have gold yarn, so we'll see what happens. Moving along, Comforting Crafts, that's B-Wing, who is Brittany, and this is not a podcast group. This is a regular Ravelry group, but it's very charity-oriented. It's very fun, and she's got several alongs going on for 2019. What are you reading? 19 hats in 2019, 52 dishcloths in 2019, and color work. So you might want to check that out. It sounds like a lot of fun. I'm way behind because this has been a very chaotic first part of the year, last part of last year, so I'm still trying to get myself in some kind of a schedule so I can do things, but it sounds like a lot of fun. The Bee's Knees group is Studio Fun Design, who's Bonnie. She's one of our moderators, and she's just 19 whatever in 2019, and I haven't been back yet to see exactly what that means. Like Ty and I were trying to discuss that in the last podcast. Does it mean like 19 of the same yarn, 19 of the same kind of, like 19 hats, or 19 of the same designer? What does that mean? I think you'll have to ask Bonnie for that because I don't know.
I could easily do 19 of Johanna Johnson's.
Yeah. I could do 19 loop hats very easily.
Very easily.
Okay. Anyway, moving on. We have the Never Cast Off podcast group. That's Deb's Destiny, who is Debbie, and Blue Yarns Always, who is Sheila. They have started podcasting again, and they are scheduled, or they are trying to do it every 2 weeks now. So that's really good. And they're doing their tracking stash again. I do not know if there's prizes. I don't know if it's just kind of a fun thing. But keep an eye on their group because it's almost like they're starting up again, and they've got all these kind of ideas. So I don't know exactly what they've got planned, but it should be fun to watch. Okay?
Who was it who started renumbering after a certain point?
Karen, I think.
Was it Karen? Because I thought there was someone else who renumbered too.
I don't remember. I think Karen did.
I thought maybe Caffeinated Gert did.
She might have, because she had several renditions. Because she had one by herself, then she did one with Allie, and then she started up again. Herself. I don't know if I don't think she's podcasting anymore. I think she finally called it quits for the podcast. But she might have done. Okay, going into our alongs. Okay, we have the PHN Tea and Tails year-long Cal Lau for 2019. It's backed by popular demand. We're really excited that you like it this much.
It works well with Brittany's reading one.
It does. It works very well with Brittany's reading one. Okay, this runs all year, January 1st through December 31st. And the projects must be knit, loom knit, or crocheted. Previous whips are allowed, okay, but they must be worked on during the along, and they must reflect the theme of tea and or tails. Now we have, because this has been going on for a whole year, we have pretty much exhausted the explanation of what tails are. If you have a question, please ask. It is fictional characters, okay? Are we including historical fiction?
If it's fiction.
If it's fiction, okay. So
I mean, I guess It's a musical versus a play, but it's
Hamilton?
If that would be an example, it's very much historical fiction. But if it was a book versus a musical,
Right, it has to be a book or a screenplay. If they're reading a screenplay, is that like a play? A play. If you're reading a play, is that considered a book?
If you're actually reading it, well, then here's the query. Then you can make an argument for any movie.
No, they have to be reading it. It has to be in a book form, because we have Star Wars.
Oh, Davina and I used to read the Star Wars ones all the time.
Right, but we
actually had it memorized.
I know, but you have to have the availability of it to do that. Personally, I think reading a play is not really a novel type of thing. It needs to be a novelization, like the Star Wars.
It needs to be a novelization,
like a Star Wars.
But you have to actually be reading it it has to be actually the novel.
Yeah, it's not like Han, blah, 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 Leia,
because
blah, blah,
Davina
blah.
and I did used to read those, and we used to.
I think we had Princess Bride too for a while.
No, we never had Princess Bride.
We just know it by heart.
We just know it by heart.
I know I had Fiddler on the Roof because I had the play to study from, but
Davina and I actually had the movie scripts before they did the revisions.
Of the stupid
when
revisions.
we were in England. Yeah.
Stupid revisions. Anyway, so it has to be fictional, okay?
Shocked bunny.
And if you're in doubt, look up what they say in the... I had a question from somebody about certain ones a couple weeks ago, and I went and looked them up on Goodreads or something to see what they classified them as, fiction or nonfiction or whatever.
That's a good way to...
If you are unsure and you ask us and we're unsure, we're going to go to Goodreads, so you might as well, or wherever it was I went to look it up, just look it up and see what they say, okay? If you can prove it, we'll accept it, okay?
Because there's some things that are questionable, but if it's definitely a fictionalization of like a historical thing, then, I mean, fiction is fiction.
Fiction is fiction. I think also, I want to say that if you're doing something with a main character who is like a George Washington, you can't.
But if you're putting words in his mouth,
but
because I mean, going back to the example of Hamilton, because I'm sorry guys, I'm kind of obsessed with the musical right now.
I didn't like him. That musical.
Well, I don't care for the language all the time, but I love certain songs. It's kind of catchy, but the fact of the matter is, they put words in the character's mouth, and everything happened that actually happened, but they broadened upon it. There was scope for imagination.
I would be very careful with things where the main character is.
You have to see how it's listed.
Yeah, you have to see how it's listed. That's the only caveat I have about that.
There's definitely ways that you can.
Excuse me, guys.
You can be creative even with history, because we don't have.
I don't want to say history. It has to be fiction.
Well, it has to be historical fiction.
Yeah.
But you can even be creative with historical events and have it a fiction, because there are not people sitting there writing every single thing that they said. So there's room for people to write fiction.
There's room for it, yeah. But like I said, check it out.
Yeah, check it out. Make sure they're listed as fiction.
Is listed as fiction. If it says historical fiction, we'll accept it.
Yes.
Okay, now...
Goodreads is a good source.
Yeah, or wherever you go for something like that, you know.
I think Goodreads does list things.
I think they do. Because that's where I looked, I think. All right, so be allowed. Previous whips are allowed. Chatter and pictures in the same thread. And, okay. 1 whip per project per week may be posted. So if you do 3 projects, you work on 3 projects, they can go into the thread. If you have an FO for one of those projects, that can go in the thread whenever it's finished. Okay. We do have prizes. We had some prizes come in. We showed you one of them that came in last week. I'm in the process of speaking with Cappy from the Yarn and I, who has got some very generous donations for prizes for this Tea and Tails, and Mom Cook, who has donated not for 2 quarters but all 4 quarters a pattern for our winners. So we are getting some really nice prizes for this, and we're very grateful for the donations. The big prize is being worked on. I'll probably show it to you next week, since it's the first of the month. I was going to pull it out, but I haven't got everything put together as far as I can yet, so we're waiting until next week, since it's the first of the month. The featured patterns and featured yarns. Okay, patterns. Franciscan Gypsies Designs, and Joanna Johnson's patterns, and Vonnie's patterns. That's Vonnie Luce, and Crocheting Hoovian's patterns. I want to say there's somebody else. Mom Cook's patterns that are in any way, shape, or form tied to Tea and Tails. are eligible for 2 chances at a prize for the FO. My yarn in the project that's an FO, 2 chances for a prize for the FO. And if you have my yarn in one of their patterns, the FO is eligible for 3 chances at a prize. You just have to do the multiple listings and tell us why, okay?
I'm not just playing on my phone, guys. I'm looking at my pattern.
Okay. Now, the tag for this is PHNTNT2019 and hashtag PHNTNT2019 on Instagram, okay? Let's see here. Mom Cook, Crocheting Hoovian, Studio Bond Design. Okay. Let's see here. Going on to Ready, Set, Go. Now, I'm not going to go through all the rules again. They're essentially the same with a couple of differences, okay? This is the along. First of all, we're co-hosting this. We asked Lorraine, who is LNS Crafts of the LNS Crafts podcast, to co-host with us, and she did. So we're very excited, Lorraine. We are chuffed to have you with us. That's awesome. And if you want to know what chuffed is, you have to ask her, okay?
Do you even know what chuffed is?
She gave me an explanation, but I already forgot. So, she's really sweet. It's on one of the, she responded either on her thread where I commented or on one of our YouTube. I forget where she commented. But anyway, we're really glad to have her with us.
We're pretty sure chuffed is a positive thing.
It is a positive thing. She said it's an older word, she thinks.
Oh, okay.
So that's kind of cool. This along, one of the difference is that you may not use any previous whips. If they have not been started by January 1st, they will not be eligible. Okay, so all projects must be started by January 1st. Once you've started them, you can do 1 whip per project per week. Okay, just like normal in the FO whenever it's finished. In the month of January, so you have about 3 or 4 more days, depending on when you see this, to visit the frog pond. And you visit the frog pond, you show us what you're bringing to the frog pond and what you've left in the frog pond. So the
stays in the frog
what
pond.
stays in the frog pond. So we want to see the partial object, the partially worked on object, and then we want to see it ripped out, picture side by side or whatever, so we can see that will be eligible for 1 chance at a prize for January only. That's the only differences that we have for this particular along. Everything else is pretty much the same, and the rules are in the thread, okay? Let's see. Oh, there is a featured pattern here. The featured pattern here is the Biscuit Hat, which is by LNS Crafts. Okay, that's Lorraine. And so that will be allowed for 1 chance at a prize. If her sock pattern gets out on time, she's got a sock pattern coming out that she's looking for test knitters, I think. And I may be talking out of school, but she did have it on her thread, so I'm assuming it's okay to say. If that comes out and you do that during the along, it will also be a featured pattern, okay? So any of her patterns, if you start it for this along, and even if you don't finish it, if you start it for this along, will be allowed for a featured pattern status, along with my yarn and Talia's patterns, okay? The tag for this is Ready, Set, Go 2019, and PHN Ready, Set, Go 2019, and hashtag PHN Ready, Set, Go 2019 on Instagram. All right, and right now we have prizes that are coming in for this along. I just haven't gotten them together yet. So we will. The one prize that we do have at the moment is a copy of the Biscuit Hat from Lorraine, which was very generous of her. Okay.
So just want to let you know before I forget. Your mug was on the way to you. For some reason, I messed up your address by a number. So I had to contact them and get them to send it to the right address.
Because they sent it back to them.
Yeah. So
apparently your neighbor must have just sent it back.
Yeah. So I will contact them and make sure it gets to you.
Okay. Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first in terms of? I guess you should go first because you have a finished object. So.
Oh, before I forget as well, someone was asking what my shirt was last week.
I told her what it was, but you can go ahead and tell her. So
it does look a lot like the Agents' Shield. If you're not familiar with DC, Nightwing had that symbol probably first.
Probably. Well,
his character's pretty, but his character's old as Robin.
Robin, yeah. It'd be kind of interesting to see.
I'm not sure how long Shield had theirs.
Yeah.
But Nightwing is a pretty old character.
Yeah, he is. He's back in the 70s, doesn't he? Does he go back past the 70s?
He's pretty old. I had to look back on the history. I'm not sure when Nightwing came about.
That's why I
know
said.
Nightwing himself was at least around in the 70s, if not before then. But Dick Grayson as Robin was even prior to that.
But that has nothing to do with that.
Yeah, he stayed a kid for
forever. And now he's been like 23 forever.
Yeah. Yeah, so a very long way around of answering, that's a symbol for Nightwing. The original symbol before the New 52 came out and gave him red instead of blue.
Yeah, I wish they'd go back to the blue, because that's his color, blue.
It is his color, blue.
Blue and gray or whatever.
It's blue and black.
Yeah, blue and black.
Yeah.
That's right, because that's why I made this colorway.
Yes. So.
And sometimes that blue is more of a teal than a blue.
It depends on who's doing the color
inking,
work.
yeah.
But.
All right. Not enough lollygagging.
I want a lolly.
I want a lolly too. Lolly, lolly? There's a song.
Lollipop, lollipop, oh, lolly, 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 lolly.
That wasn't the song I was thinking about.
Boop, 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 boop. Okay, let me pull up my notes. I actually don't even know who sings that song. Davina would know.
Davina would know.
It's old.
Davina would know. Ooh, Davina would know. Ooh.
I don't know what your...
Beatles. Your mother would know.
You see, I don't know that song. I'm not a huge Beatles fan.
I'm pretty sure that's Beatles.
Well, you would know. Both you and Davina really like the Beatles. I'm just okay with them. So the first one, this gets, some work here and there during faxing at work, etc.
When you're not trussing up skulls to look like...
I didn't truss up that skull. That actually belonged to one of our secretaries. She was taking it home. When she decorates and stuff, she always decorates the office, and that was there for Halloween.
Oh, it's still there?
She hadn't taken it home yet.
Well, obviously. The yellow fever victim.
She was going to take it home. So it was in the other secretary's chair before she got to work. She had to come late for whatever reason. And I was looking up some information, and she offered to move the skull for the skeleton for me. I was like, oh, it's okay, we're buddies. And I just sat on there next to him. But he was really creepy looking.
Yeah, well, yeah.
She says that her dog can't stand it. If she ever doesn't want her dog to go into somewhere, she just puts that right in front of it, and her dog is terrified of that thing.
I can imagine. I'm surprised it doesn't bite at it, though. Because it's not a real skeleton, obviously.
No, obviously. It's really creepy, though. That's why I set it up the way I did, because I wanted to have people do a double look when they came in to see if Juana had turned into a skeleton, because it was in her seats. But anyway, this is the Rainbow's End hat. It's a Diana's hat by Joanna Johnson. And the yarn is, well, I know the base is You So Sparkly, or UDK, no, it's You So Sparkly.
It's Tempting You.
Tempting You, and it's...
You're So Sparkly, or...
But it has DK in there as well.
Yeah.
I think it's You So Sparkly DK, and then the colorway is Rainbow's End. Hang on, let me find the tag, because actually the tag's really cute, and I always like showing it.
Hope you're feeling better, Joanna.
Yes, I hope so. Oh, there's my
She is just Joanna Johnson on there, isn't she?
She is. Tempting You yarns. Tempting You So DK and Sparkly.
Yeah.
And the cute little tag.
Diva.
And like I said, this got some work on it.
Very pretty.
Definitely sparkly.
Sparkly.
And it's not a scratchy sparkly.
Okay. Alright, my project is in my Kickaboo Owls bag, my Holiday Owls bag, is my Sherbet Toddler Baby Hat. And this is on a Cindy Wood half-inch gauge round loom. I didn't do a whole lot on anything today. The weather's been really bad for my hands this week. The weather's been very bad for my hands this week. Yes, I know I said I was going to go to the doctor's. I intend to, but people have to cooperate with me for that. Alright, let me see here.
People?
Yes, they have to stop needing me to do things. Okay, let me see here.
I want. What movie is that?
I know exactly what movie that is. See if anybody else knows what that is. I want. What movie is that? You can tell us in the comments, either on YouTube or Ravelry. Oh, you don't know?
No, I don't. I don't remember.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. Okay. Sometimes I say a quote and I don't remember what it comes from.
I'm talented. I have this all tangled up. So,
Are you keeping two looms in there again?
well, this has nothing to do with that loom. It's this loom.
Didn't Linnea tell you bad things happen when two looms in one
She
bag?
might have. She might have. I forgot. Okay, there it is. Because sometimes I also put two projects in this bag. I don't know what I did here. Okay.
You put two looms in there?
No, it has nothing to do with two looms. Okay. So, I didn't do a whole lot on this for the reasons stated. It's been very weathery over here. But I did do some. And I probably could have done more on this if I just sat down and did it. Regardless. Because usually I can do this okay. But so it's just a little bit there. I have to get a move on for it. See if I can finish up most of this yarn for it. I guess I should take this loom out before I forget. Oh, the hat's still in there. I have to take a picture of this hat on Jimena. This one. That I finished a couple weeks ago. Did I finish this last week? I don't remember.
I really need to make a delivery to the pregnancy center.
Yeah. I need to take a picture of that before you do so I can, give it away. Alright, go ahead.
Okay, so, in my Kissing Bunnies, come here. This was the last plover burr bag I bought. I think it might have been a special order.
I don't know. I thought she.
Oh,
had
you know,
that.
she might have just had it.
I think she was having a sale because she was getting ready to close her shop.
Maybe that was it.
Because I think that's when you bought that the same time I bought the sheepy bag. I think.
And when I saw this, I had to have it. Usually it holds a blanket in it because it is one of my largest bags. But it has my mitered square blankets, Afghan. And I had this on my lap at work just because my lap was cold. I almost finished my square, though I didn't. Although I can't remember. No, I think I had started this one last time. I just forgot to move my stitch marker.
It's a pretty color. They're brown.
Yeah, I used it for something.
What is it?
I don't remember.
It's almost like Marigold Gin. Almost.
I don't think it's Marigold Gin.
Could be Mad Tosh.
I feel like it might be Dragonfly.
Did you buy a Dragonfly that was brown?
Oh, my shawl kit.
Oh, right. It could be then, yeah. I just couldn't figure out where you might have gotten it.
It might be that. But this is, we just said the colorway. Tempting You.
That's not the colorway, that's the...
But we just said the yarn. And the colorway is,
That's Drama...
no, it's like something deep.
Glamour.
Glamour
Girl. Something.
Glamour Girl.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not having a good brain day.
She's got a lot of fog today.
So,
Foggeria.
it's pretty. It's sparkly. It's almost done square.
Okay.
And I'm still using my annoying Hiya needles.
Are you just waiting for new ones to come in, or what are you...
I just need to change them out.
Okay.
Now that I have those one needles free from the one project I finished, I just need to change out the tips on the cable.
I just don't like interchangeables. I know that they're good for, when you have to change out whatever, but they always seem to come undone.
I've not had that issue very often.
Okay, let me see here. Okay. Alright, my next one is in my Knitting's My Bag Autism Awareness sweater size bag. This is my Sea Spray Shawl project from the Tidal Wave Shawl pattern by Tamara Kelly.
Sea spray by the seashore?
Yeah. I started the second ball of yarn. Yay. So, it is... I did this yesterday because my hands had been hurting all week, and I said, you know what? I need to see if maybe working it a little bit will help. And I was able to do 3 rows. It stopped hurting, and when it started aching again, I stopped. So I did about 3 and a little bit rows. Because I do listen to my hands. Otherwise I get into trouble. So I think this is going to be, this is super wash, so it should stretch out. So I think this is going to be a really nice size shawl. And I just love the color. I cannot wait until this is finished. This is Gourmet Stash yarn.
And the nice thing, because it is crochet, you really can go to, you have the last bit of yarn, you want to account for the bind off.
I mean, if it gets to the point where I think it's big enough, I might either, well, this is fingering weight, so I might give you some for your blanket. Because I think this would be really nice in your blanket.
Yes, it would.
And I originally had started making this for somebody else, but that we kind of just drifted apart, so I'm going to keep it because I really love the color. I was having trouble giving it away anyway, so I'm going to keep this. Love it, love it, love it. Love the color, love everything about it. So, where my hook went. This bag has this blue lining in it, so my yarn gets lost in here, and my hook. Thankfully, it has a purple handle, so I can see that. But I was happy to get something on that.
Let me mark off my row.
We're a little light on projects today, but that's okay.
You bumped my bunny in the head.
Oh, I didn't. I bumped in his bottom. Are you saying that his bottom looks like his head?
Placing all the field mice and popping them on the head.
Down came the good fairy. Okay, go ahead, Ty. It's your turn.
Okay, so I guess I'll talk about this one. This one only got work done today because I wanted to, and it hadn't gotten work in a while. This is Felicia the Sea Turtle. She is, I'm working her off of my Tara the Sea Turtle pattern, designed by me. Hence it's my pattern, the pattern that belongs to me. I'm being attacked.
I love the way this is turning out.
So that is...
Wow.
Very bright.
Oh, he needs a little stem for this, a psychedelic mushroom.
Yeah. This is the body / shell of Felicia, and this was the colorway Makes Me Happy. You didn't name this pink.
Yeah, it's just my neon pink. Neon fuchsia is what it is, actually.
Yeah, and her head has been finished for a while.
Neon green.
I'm making her for my office to
She's
just
incredibly
sort of
bright. You can't give that one away.
No, I won't give her away. I probably have to start another bright toy for one of my clients when I'm done, because this time he didn't mention wanting a toy this time.
How much do you have left of this?
Of this, enough for part of my blanket.
Oh, that's all. Yeah, I was going to say, because you might be able to make a chameleon or something out of that. But
no, I don't have enough for a chameleon. Yeah. Might be able to do Biddy shell.
Yeah.
Maybe be tight.
Yeah. You're doing a Tara right now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Tara's shell isn't that much bigger than Biddy's. So there's her head. And I finished her first back leg.
Yay.
So I'm working on her second back leg. I'll probably do her tail before I go into the front legs, because
the front legs take forever.
Yeah, the fins take forever. Because they're big, as a sea turtle's fins are wont to be.
Well, they're almost as big as York's wings.
They're bigger than York's wings.
Are they?
Mom. Oh my gosh, Mom, they're huge.
I can see.
York's wings are teeny.
No, they're not.
They are absolutely itty bitty.
No, they're not. Where's your... I wouldn't call
There's
this...
2 Yorks right behind your head on this side.
That is not itty bitty.
That's nowhere near as...
But it's not itty bitty.
Tara's...
Okay, but it's not itty bitty.
It's itty bitty.
No, it's not.
Mom, that's a...
Would you say this is itty bitty? It might be small,
Mom,
but
that's
it's not itty bitty.
That's a used size turtle.
It's still not
bird.
itty bitty.
Okay, here's a real size bird. That's itty bitty. This was bulky weight.
That's your gauge.
I'm the designer.
It's still your gauge. It's gotten tighter. It's gotten tighter. That's not your original gauge. Where's Laura's? Laura's is a little bit bigger, but not much.
Not what? Oh, no, that's not Laura. Yes, it is.
No, that's
No, it's
mine. And see, mine. This is a sport weight yarn. That's why this is
Here's
smaller.
Laura's.
Whoops.
Yeah, see, Laura's is itty bitty too.
Laura
We
says
have the same gauge.
Laura says she has the same gauge as you. This is. Stay up there, Patches.
See? Itty bitty.
Not itty bitty. I would never. I wouldn't even consider that itty bitty. They're small.
Stop pulling his wings.
Itty bitty is like this.
It's okay, Crystal.
Itty bitty's like that.
She keeps pulling your wings. Pulling your wings. Why am I surrounded by owls? Take them. Who's attacking me? Is this another owl?
No, it's a robin. Oh boy.
So,
Attack of the birds.
you see the bunny? It's behaving itself.
Only because it's front and center. Okay, go ahead.
He?
Oh, it's your turn. Is it still your turn? Or it's my
No,
turn.
I'm done.
Are you done?
I'm
Okay.
all done.
All right. You did 2?
3.
Okay. All right. In my
Because I'm working on the turtle right now.
That's right. Okay, that's why I didn't see the bag. All right. In my Plover Bird pink and purple teacups bag, this is what I was doing most of my work on before my hands started hurting because I'm so close to finishing it. This is my I was hoping to finish it this week. It's my TGV high speed knitting pattern by Susan Ashcroft, my Sherwood shawl. So I'm really close to finishing. I thought all I needed to do was maybe bind it off, but I think I can get another row out before the bind off. I have this much yarn.
Yeah, you can definitely get another row at least.
So I think I can get 1 more row and a bind off, maybe 2. Depends if Talia wants some for her blanket. I don't know if you want non-superwash in your blanket, but
Most of it's superwash, but I don't care if it's non.
so this is from Laura Smoot. She gave it to me, and I'm hoping I'll have this done by next week. I'm not guaranteeing anything. It just depends on how my hands decide to cooperate or not. Isn't that pretty? You're not getting the shape, the full shape of it accurately, but it's really pretty. So yeah, you might see this maybe next week finished. We'll see. I'll free up some needles. These are size 10.5. It's a really nice pattern if you want something fast to do. It was really popular, what, a couple years ago?
I seem to remember that, yeah.
Yeah.
Just let me do my increase, and then...
Sorry, guys.
Call from Foreman Steve.
That hasn't happened in a long time.
No, it hasn't.
Call from Foreman Steve.
I have no idea who that
I
is.
don't either. So, and we won't hear the message in here. It'll be in the other room.
No, we'll hear it in here.
Really?
Yep.
Do I need to put on pause?
If he starts talking, you will.
No, we're good.
Okay.
Okay. Well, apparently Foreman Steve had nothing to say.
Yes.
Okay. Steve the foreman.
The foreman. Okay.
Okay, so in... Oh, this is my last one.
It is?
No?
No, you have
Wait.
2, don't you?
Oh, here's the other one.
Yeah.
There's the other one. It fell.
Okay.
Well, I grabbed this one anyway. So in my,
I like that bag. Always have. It's pretty.
Mama C tutor bag is the peacock on the forest floor for Mom. And this also breaks into stash enhancements because I wanted to try Knitter's Pride Zing because someone had mentioned it with the colored needles, and they very coolly come with some nice stitch markers. Some nice locking stitch markers.
I may have some on my wish list. My husband's been bugging me to get on my wish list because I haven't done anything yet. So
I got US 7s because I had such trouble finding 7s last week to start Kay's Rana. So I got US 7s 47 inch, which for this shawl you do need a 47 inch after a while. The 30 inch gets very tight.
and they're purple.
They're purple. I like the weight of the needle. I don't love the cable, but I don't hate them the way that I do the Hayas.
These are similar to the Knit Picks cords.
I mean, no, I'm not going to like any cord as well as I do the Chalgoos.
Chalgoos are our favorites. I did feel her, hold her needles to see if they were good weight in my hand.
I like the weight of it. I like the sharpness of the tips. So I used a gift card for my birthday to get, those are nice tips.
No, but I can actually read this without my glasses.
Isn't that nice?
That's nice. Usually I'm like, Ty, what does this say?
Yeah.
Davina, what does this say?
So I do have an interchangeable set coming in.
Or you did decide to get them?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But that was, I had an Amazon gift card for my birthday.
Yeah, if I get something like that, or Grandma and Grandpa gave me some money too, if I decide that I like them, I might pick up the fixed set. Just so I have them and my Chalgoos.
So I could see this being very nice for Magic Loop for like color work on for color works Christmas stockings and stuff. Because the Chalgoos they're good for color work, but I think something more like this would be better for color work. So yeah, I've been enjoying these so far.
Very nice.
Oh, I guess you might actually want to see the shawl.
So pretty.
So this is another on the forest floor.
Did you name this?
Yeah, Peacock.
Peacock, yeah. It's so pretty.
The bright blue is Zing. The green is Trust Me.
And this is Tara.
And that's Tara, yes.
I have to remember just what your turtle is. That's how I remember that.
So, got a little bit of work. It couldn't grow until I put it on a longer cable. So now it's happy it has space to grow.
It is its happy face.
So I really do like the weight of these needles. Thanks for the people who
weighed in with that.
Weighed in with this and mentioned these.
Somebody mentioned it being their favorite needles. I forget who it was, because I think it was on YouTube. And
yeah, both of the comments regarding this were on YouTube.
Oh, were they? Okay. All right. In my Kickaboo brown teacups bag. Well, my teacups bag on a brown coat. This bag needs to be spot cleaned. I got something on it.
Probably tea?
I don't know. It looks like, I don't know, sugar maybe? I don't know, maybe. Sugar maybe. Okay. This is my randomosity. And I haven't done a whole lot because the needles are so small it was hurting my hands. But I did do some. I've got my third row of lace. And I really don't know how many rows of lace I'm going to get out of this little ball. Little rows of garter or whatever I'm going to get out of this ball. Isn't that pretty? I can't. Can you see the lace? Ty, can you pull from the bottom a little bit? Can you see the lace?
Yes, they can.
Isn't that pretty? So this is Cappy's yarn. So this is an example of what you might be able to win when Cappy and I talk a little bit more about what she's going to be doing for us. We really appreciate her generosity. She's a super generous supporter of our group. So this is one of her colors, and the other four that are hers I've got a purple. She didn't have the color names on it. She just said they were new colors. She has this blue, kind of blue with purple. This is shades of purple. Reminds me of like a grape. I don't know what this is. It's kind of like pinks and greens. And this one's kind of little blues. And I have silver dye stock. I'm going to do one silver, I think, in my yarn like this. So I'm sure I have enough to make this the way I want to. So thank you, Cappy, for the yarn. And I think the pattern's a free pattern. It's really very pretty. This is very lightweight. I can see me doing this pattern in a heavier weight, like with Miss Babs or something, and not changing out the colors just to make it, because it's really, really pretty. So that's that. And it's small, so I don't know how warm it'll be. It's more of a fashion scarf. I don't think I'd go any heavier than like a DK or a sport.
Right.
With this, because it's kind of a fashion. I mean, I guess with a cowl it doesn't matter as long as it stays on around your neck.
Mm-hmm.
But this is meant to be a scarf. I just intended to sew it, to seam it.
Right. So I do have one final project. Just let me do my three. Wait, what? Don't joke.
Excuse me.
So,
Excuse me, Ty.
in my plover bird, Tardis, bigger on the inside bag, is my Tardis Traveler wrap, and it is, oh, what did Kate call this pattern? Hang on, the pattern's actually in here.
Wait, what is it though?
Dobbinwood.
Dobbinwood, yeah.
Well, I need to remember because I think of her Dobby.
For Dobby socks?
When I think of this.
I think that's a Harry Potter reference, isn't it?
Dobbinwood, I don't know. I think it might actually be something on the Lake District, because she said
okay.
something about the Lake District
Okay.
when the pattern. So last time, I'm not sure. I think I might have barely started it last time. And I'm doing blue, black, and undyed for this. This is Miss Babs, and the blue is Zing, the white is natural, and the black is obsidian.
I haven't done any more on mine yet.
So this is actually the one who probably should be on. Well, no, this gets pretty large. It's probably good. This is on the 47.
Yeah. What's that, a 40?
This is a 30.
30? It looks bigger than a 30.
Well, it's probably 32. Well, it's 30. The cable is 30.
So it means that's probably 40. Because they count it from
I haven't actually measured it with the...
Because that's not a 30, I don't think.
But it's nowhere near as long as those.
I mean, it might be, but... I don't know.
So got a little bit done
Very
on
pretty.
that. It is pretty. I look forward to moving past the, I guess this is moss stitch.
Yeah. Moss stitch is 1 by 1, right?
1,
1, 1, 1.
It's knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, purl 1, and then on the opposite side,
It's purl 1, knit
no,
1.
it's still knit 1, purl 1, because purl
Oh,
1,
right,
knit
right,
1 would
'cause
make it a,
stockinette.
not a stockinette. It would make it ribbing.
Oh, right. Well, yeah, okay.
Because stockinette would be knit all one
All
side,
one,
purl
purl
all
all
one
side.
side.
I mean, you could do it that
But
way.
if you
but it would-
knit the knits and purl the purls, you're going to end up with a ribbing.
Yeah.
But if you purl the knits and knit the pearls, you end up with moss stitch.
Right. And it's really pretty. I get lost sometimes with where I'm at. That's why I have to be by myself when I'm doing it. Once I get out of that,
On my own.
Okay, okay, mine is in my, this is the other one I want to work a lot on. This is my Ploverbird Sheepy bag. And this is my Spirit cowl from the Enlightenment Cowl pattern by Susan E. Kennedy. And I'm using a P-hook for this, not the S that they asked for, because I probably should have cast on, as I said last time, maybe double the stitches because I'm using a smaller hook. But it's still going to be a nice size cowl. You know, just a little, I'm to the point now I can show you. See, it's,
Well, that's nice.
it's not going to be one of these like,
Yeah.
It's kind of a nice size. Can you see it? I'm kind of, there we go.
I've been actually wearing my Zuzus every once in a while lately.
Have you?
Mm-hmm.
So
I don't wear them a lot anymore, so I don't make any more, but...
This, I didn't do this the way they said it by joining it in the round. I'm going to seam it here. This is a little tiny thing here where I'll just close it up here. And this is how much I have left right now. I don't know how much further I'm going to be going. I'd say at least another couple, 2 or 3 inches maybe. And this might go to charity or it might go on the table. I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I don't think I'm going to keep it, but we'll see. This is one I could do in a heavier weight. And even though this is...
It's pretty heavyweight, isn't it?
Mandela. Is that DK? I think it's DK Mandela. I don't think this is the worsted yarn. I think the other one's worsted. Let's see. Yeah, this is DK. So if I did this in worsted...
You have to go up needle size.
A hook size.
Oh, that's what I mean, hook size.
Not if I wanted it to be a little more enclosed.
A little more
you know,
chunky.
a little more warm, you know? Okay, your turn.
I don't have any more.
Yeah, we have FO, right? We do FOs before we do...
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Okay, so... as you might have guessed because you haven't seen it, I literally finished this right before I went to bed. I finished The Spanish Lady. This bind-off takes forever. Which is why I'm glad I have a 40-inch, a 47-inch needle for this other On the Forest Floor, because really a 30-inch cable is too small for this.
It doesn't go with what you're wearing. I should show you.
No,
I have black on.
I don't care.
I should show.
I need to block this.
Yes, you do. It's very pretty.
So...
Yeah, definitely need to block it. It's going to be really pretty when it's blocked. It's already pretty, but...
I've been looking forward to having this done for a while. I'm thinking of my Daredevil shirts. My black Daredevil shirt with the red Daredevil on it.
Okay, what about it?
It would go perfectly
Let
with
me
this.
just see it for a second. I just want to show what it looks like with black. This is... And I am going to give it back to her, just... But, see... That's really nice. Gush, gush, gush.
Thank you.
She doesn't
I've
trust
been
me.
really looking forward to having this done because I wear a lot of these colors. And I wear this particular style of shawl a lot. I can easily see having a forest floor going most of the time simply because
It takes so long.
well, it takes so long. And then, well, particularly when you get to the end.
Right.
But also,
But it's not difficult.
no, it's not a difficult pattern. The only time you have to focus a little bit more is in your increases and toward the end
When you make the...
when you make these little things. And now I've been known to catch these outdoors and all sorts of things.
And there, for those of you who are not familiar with this pattern, there are usually twigs here, but Ty and I both like it better without the twigs.
Yeah.
It looks beautiful with the twigs. We just prefer it without
And I
the
have my
twigs.
first one, the brown one, has the twigs. But
And I'm not going to do that on mine. I have one going that you haven't seen in a while that I already decided I wasn't going to do the twigs.
people usually call this a cape when they see me wearing it, which I can see why they would think it's a cape.
And I'm not really sure. Usually a cape, I think, fastens at the neck. Not with a pin, but actually fastens.
I think the shape is kind of capey, which
It
is why
is,
they
yeah.
think of it as a cape.
And that's another one. Deborah, would a cape be considered in your shawl along?
Now, there's not enough yardage for this.
No, I understand, but I was just wondering if a cape would be... She would... I wonder if they can be... Deborah, if you can... if you're watching, if you could clarify what is considered a shawl knitting... I know it's only knit, but are capes allowed? Are stoles allowed? Are... what's the other thing we were talking about? Ranas.
Ranas.
Allowed. If they have that yardage. Are they considered shawls? So,
I'm
Deborah,
so in love
if
with
you
this.
are watching this, could you please answer that for us? We'd appreciate that.
So, I'm very much in love with this. These are very much my colors. That looks everything like I hoped it would.
It's absolutely gorgeous.
So, I can't wait to block this and then have it completely done. I'll block it probably when the podcast is done.
Just let me have room to get in and out of my stuff.
Yeah.
Because she generally blocks it on the floor in front
Right.
of all my
Yarn.
my shelf, my yarn, my bags, everything, my books, everything. So she has to make it so I don't have to step on things. And she can do that. That's no problem.
And
okay.
between Mom and I could be pretty sure to have one of these going most of the time.
Yeah.
Davina, I don't think would wear them.
No, she's not a shawl person.
She's not a shawl person.
She likes the fashion scarves and the fashion hats and things like
Yeah.
that. So,
And this is a little bit too much work to make it and not have her wear it.
right. Okay, are we...
A lot of yarn, too.
Are we doing... when do we do we do royalties first? Or do we do yarn
royalties
first?
usually at the end.
Okay, so I do have some stuff for the shop. I have a couple of yarns that are soaking right now that I have to rinse, and some more that I have to make yet, but I do have some to show you, okay? These two are a special order. I have to put them up in the shop. So these, yes, you recognize them. These are the same colors that Talia has for her turtle. These are a special order for a person who wants to have the same turtle that she has. She already has my It Makes Me Happy. So
Well, I might be interested if you flip the pink and the green.
Well, she might have enough to do. You said you might have enough. If she does Biddy, she might be able to do 2 of them.
Right, that's true.
And just flip everything. You know,
That's true.
So we'll see. That's that. And then I have this color. I think I'm going to call this.
really
I think I'm going to call this Iron Man.
That looks like an Iron Man.
Okay, this
It
is.
doesn't look
gold.
quite as red in the screen.
This is gold and red. It's not my Christmas red. It's red, kind of a fire red. I think that's. I'm going to call him Iron Man.
Yeah, that's an Iron Man.
So I didn't have a name until I sat down. So what do you think? Iron Man, everybody? Iron Man?
Sure looks like Tony's colors.
I think so. If he dies in the next Avengers movie, it'd be a nice homage to him. Okay, so these will go up in the shop. The 2 I showed you that are brights will not be for sale. These 2 will be. I mean, these will be for sale, but they're already taken. If you want these colors, I can redo them. This Iron Man is a fingering sock base. These brights are DK. So I will try to get these up relatively soon. I have 2 other fingering socks that are soaking because Davina asked me to do a colorway. The name of the colorway that she had me do is Drama Queen 7. The ones that I have soaking right now, one is called Not Drama Queen 7 because it wasn't what she wanted, but I can still repeat it and it's still pretty. And the other one is, I haven't quite got the name tweaked yet, but it's going to be something like Almost Drama Queen 7 or Drama Queen 7 Wannabe or something like that. Mm-hmm. And then hopefully this one will work out to where she wants to keep that, and that will be Drama Queen 7. So essentially she'll have 3 colorways named after her. So she's really excited about that. And those are the first 2 that I mentioned, the Not Drama Queen 7 and the Drama Queen 7 Wannabe, or Not Quite Drama Queen 7, whatever it's called. Those are on the Sparkle base. Mm-hmm. So you'll see that next week. Okay. What else?
That leads us into stash enhancements.
I don't have any.
I have one. Mom gave me a pick of whatever yarn I wanted from her shop for my birthday. So I snagged Little Bunny Fufu. Probably will become a bunny. But we'll have to then become Little Bunny Fufu.
Little Bunny Fufu, yes. It's such a pretty... I noticed that was in the cart of a couple of different people, so... Well, it's been there for a while, so...
It has.
Yeah. Can we open it and show them what it looks like?
Only if you rewrap it when you're done.
I will. And this is a sport weight, I think. Is it? Yeah, sport weight. Not my long sport, but the regular sport. This is what it looks like.
I don't care for the long sports. I just don't like. It's a little light for my liking.
Well, it's almost a fingering. I will not be carrying that unless somebody wants it, and then I'll pick some more up. I know some people do like it, but if you like my long sport,
I just don't want that quite as thin as sport. It's not that it's a bad yarn.
No, it's a good yarn. It's a very good yarn. The base is very good. It's just like between a fingering sock and a sport.
When I want a sport, I want a sport. I don't want to. I don't want to finger.
I know some of my the people who buy yarn do like my long sport. I have some in there right now, just a couple. Once that goes away, I probably will not be picking that up unless somebody specifically asks for it. And in that case, I'll pick up a package of that again and just keep it aside for, for the people who like that. Okay, what's next?
That's all, folks?
No, that's all, folks? Okay, let's see here. Let's see. I'll get to the knitting ephemera in a second here. I do want to thank Deborah, who is Dockfire Woman, the Diary of a Physicist Farm Gal podcast, for her mention on her podcast. Once again, she mentioned all our longs, which we're very grateful for, and gave us a nice little shout out. So we're appreciative of that.
Thank you.
We do want to thank everybody for the YouTube comments. Now, if I didn't get you, I tried to get everybody, but there was a whole bunch of different comments on there, so it was hard for me to see. But we want to thank Elena's Crafts, Stephanie, Sue, Angela, Eileen, Kathy, Pat, Tabitha's Treasures, Brittany, Renna, Victorian Studio, Catherine, The Wager Zoo, and Allison.
And thank you, everybody, for the birthday wishes.
Yes. And thank you, before I forget, many of you who've been on the Ravelry group know that it's been a little bit of a rough couple of days for us. Thank you for the prayers and good wishes for us and for our friends.
That's probably all we should.
Yeah, well, I just wanted the one who lost his wife. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
I'm not going to put names out. I didn't intend to. So thank you for those prayers. We do appreciate that. We're you guys are awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Let me see. I was going to say something else. Oh, we are planning on podcasting, as far as I know, the first week of February, the Saturday. Okay? So we want to wish you all a wonderful week full of knitting, crocheting, whatever kind of crafting it is you enjoy, whatever it is you enjoy. And we hope to see you back here for the Fun in the Woman Cave next week. This is the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, 341, and that's a wrap.
You know what's cool? They also mark the needles on each side. Well, I can turn off in a second.
Sorry, guys.
But look, they don't. The Chaogu's only mark it on the one needle, and if you look at the wrong needle, it doesn't show. But they just mark it on both needles.
Apparently, we weren't finished.
Sorry, I just noticed that. And they're pretty.
This is us, unadulterated, unedited.
Pretty?
Yes, very
Aren't you
pretty.
excited?
Yes, I'm very excited.
Okay.
Woo!
No, it's not
How did he do it? He did it.
Pretty little hat. Make all the
Oh,
girls goes
woo! Reference, if you get it, great.
But we
Okay.
aren't saying it right. Okay,
No.
now I'm really done.
Okay, this is the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode 341, and now it's a wrap.
Bye.